It was evening when the rich brother got the mill home, and next morning he told his wife to go out into the hayfield and toss hay while the mowers cut the grass, and he would stay home and get the dinner ready. So when dinner time drew near, he put the mill on the kitchen table and said, "Grind herrings and broth, and grind them good and fast." And the mill began to grind herrings and broth, first of all the dishes full, and then all the tubs full, and so on till the kitchen floor was quite covered. The man twisted and twirled at the mill to get it to stop, but for all his fiddling and fumbling, the mill went on grinding, and in a little while the broth rose so high that the man was nearly drowning. So he threw open the kitchen door and ran into the parlor, but it was not long before the mill had ground the parlor full too, and it was only at the risk of his life that the man could get hold of the latch of the house door through the stream of broth. When he got the door open, he ran out and set off down the road, with the stream of herrings and broth at his heels, roaring like a waterfall over the whole farm. Now his old dame, who was in the field tossing hay, thought it a long time to dinner, and at last she said, "Well, though the master doesn't call us home, we may as well go. Maybe he finds it hard work to boil the broth, and will be glad of my help." The men were willing enough, so they sauntered homewards, but just as they got a little way up the hill, what should they meet but herrings and broth, all running and dashing and splashing together in a stream, and the master himself running before them for his life, and as he passed them he called out, eat, drink, but take care you're not drowned in the broth." Away he ran as fast as his legs would carry him to his brother's house, and begged him in heaven's name to take back the mill at once, "For," said he, "if it grinds only 1 hour more, the whole parish will be swallowed up by herrings and broth." So the poor brother took back the mill, and it wasn't long before it stopped grinding herrings and broth. And now he set up a farmhouse far finer than the one in which his brother lived, and with the mill he ground so much gold that he covered it with plates of gold. And as the farm lay by the seaside, the golden house gleamed and glistened far away over the sea. All who sailed by put ashore to see the rich man in the golden house, and to see the wonderful mill, that fame of which spread far and wide, till there was nobody who hadn't heard of it. So one day there came a skipper who wanted to see the mill, and the first thing he asked was if it could grind salt.